Nothing like a bare knuckle to the face to change that. You'd like to see how both these guys react when they get hit.
Diaz first to the scratch line, round number 1. The tricolor of green, red, and white for Diaz. Black trunks, red trim for Ruggeri.
Diaz has got a lot of nervous energy, it looks like right now. He's kind of winging punches, needs to calm down a little bit or he's going to gas himself out.
Half tie plum held by Ruggeri. Diaz punches his way out. Back to the inside goes Ruggeri. That's hard on the tie plum. Diaz letting go to the body. There's the right hand and the left. Left hand right back in. Big left hand now from Ruggeri.
He's got to be careful grabbing that tie plum, both hands right there. He's opened himself up for punches. You got to grab it with one and throw with the other hand.
Separation from referee Wayne Spinola, right back to it. Leaping punch in from Ruggeri with the right hand. There's the rear right uppercut. Left hooks now to the body goes Diaz with volume. I thought this would be a fun fight. It is, Chris.
I mean, these guys are just expending so much energy right now. At some point, the pace is really going to have to slow down, I believe.
There's a big left hand from Ruggeri. Diaz waving his opponent forward. Ruggeri trying to time the left. Again, he's a natural right-hander who prefers to fight in the southpaw stance. But that gives him a different balance of power being naturally right-handed. You see the diversionary tactics with the lead hand now for Ruggeri. Wants to showcase not just the intelligence, but the creativity.
Now, Ruggeri, he looks like he's really calming down a little bit. He looks very relaxed right now. Looks like he'll do this for a long time as long as he doesn't get caught with a big punch.
Overhand rights on the entry, back to the half tie plum. There's the right hand. Volume now from Diaz. Ruggeri, big left hand. There's the counter left hook from Diaz. Back and forth we go. 15 seconds remaining, round number 1.
Diaz is coming straight forward at all times, winging punches right now.
Diaz to the inside, there's the right hand from Ruggeri. Left to the body, good head movement from Ruggeri, and that ends round number 1.
Keep his arms relaxed. The more tight he gets, the worse that's going to be long distance.
Slight abrasion outside of Diaz's left eye as we start round number 2. Ruggeri backs off the scratch line. There's the feint with the right hand. Loading up that bolo punch as Ruggeri, but misses, lands that left hand on the step in. There's a lot of creativity to Ruggeri's game. There's a lot of volume to Diaz's game.
Diaz is throwing a lot of hooks right now, both arms, right, left, wide punches. He needs to throw a few down the pipe just to change it up a little bit.
Swing and a miss by Diaz. Those are big swings. Comes to the inside again. Hooks that single collar tie, the half tie plum. Ruggeri punches his way out with the right hand. Left hook misses from Diaz. There's the straight right from Ruggeri. Ruggeri, in that movement, you can see that Taekwondo background, that pedigree. Again, winding up the bolo punches, Ruggeri. The fluidity of movement, the open stance, the switch of stances for Ruggeri.
Just looks extremely relaxed out there and comfortable. Looks like he's been in many fights before.
Left hand, there's a big right hand, and down goes David Diaz.
I mean, it looked to me like this is almost just a result of exhaustion right now. He's kind of punching himself out. He needs to take a break, get relaxed, pick his shots a little bit better.
We'll see how hard Ruggeri goes for the finish. 35 seconds remaining, round number 2. Ruggeri staying at a measured pace, working off of the one from the southpaw stance. There's a switch of stances into orthodox. Diaz with the right hand. Diaz to the body, again looking for the volume is Diaz. Rear right uppercut, that lands from Ruggeri.
I mean, when he's throwing these wild hooks, though, he's open for the counter punch.
Left on the counter, Ruggeri backs off, back to the center of the ring. You see the feint, arms down from Ruggeri. Diaz trying to load up from the orthodox stance as we end round number 2. Round number 3. As he did to start round number 2, Ruggeri backs off the scratch line.
You know, and Ruggeri's just learning what his opponent's doing. He's keeping that guard up tight, so all the punches are coming outside their hooks, and he's been able to block them. That's why I said if Diaz can throw some straights down the pipe sometimes, I think he might land a few more of them.
Visibly now you're seeing the confidence of Spencer Ruggeri. Look where he's keeping that rear hand. Far below his waist, there's the turn, and the warning from Spinola.
Yeah, it's hard to stop that when you're throwing punches and the guy turns around. You just got to keep throwing it. It's kind of up to the opponent not to turn his back.
MMA is a 360-degree sport. BKFC is not. It's 180 degrees. You cannot punch the back or the back of the head of your opponent.
I'm not real sure why Diaz, he's kind of yelling right now.
Not that you can punch the back of the head in MMA, at least not legally, but you can punch the back, just not the spine. Turning of the back, that means a stop in action. Right back to it now. Left hand, there's a right to the body from Diaz.
I mean, you can see the heart that Diaz has. He's tired, but he's still winging a lot of punches right now.
Big right hand. 50 seconds remaining, round 3. Left hand, another left hand on the entry from Ruggeri.
Instead of winging some of these hooks, I'd like to see them turn those into uppercuts. You can still use the same motion.
There was almost a bolo punch on that right hand from Ruggeri. A little knuckle up from Wayne Spinola, sending both fighters back to it. Overturned by Ruggeri. Diaz pulled back that right hand. 20 seconds remaining, round 3.
Diaz's face is starting to show the wear of some of this, especially his left eye. I mean, Spencer needs to quit spinning around.
Time called, and that time it is the warning, and correctly so to Ruggeri. You cannot spin 360. Diaz can't attack Ruggeri when he spins, but Ruggeri can't legally spin. Set for round number 4. David Diaz, Spencer Ruggeri, both making their respective BKFC debut. Quick start off the scratch line to start round number 4 for Diaz. Diaz to the body, counter left and the right. There's the bolo punch with the left hand from Ruggeri. Ruggeri now walking forward with urgency. Ruggeri again punching his way, Chris, out of that half tie plug. Good left hand from Diaz.
So Diaz is just continue. You know what you're going to get from him. He's going to wing punches the entire time.
Diaz continuing with the volume. Ruggeri continuing with the angles and the creativity.
Spinning around
360.
again.
Those are legal punches.
And now the body work. Look at that body work. Oh, Spencer might be a little hurt right now. He's eating those punches.
Best sequence of the fight for David Diaz.
He has his chance right now. He can't. Oh.
Ruggeri firing back. Diaz playing to this crowd. Ruggeri pulling this fight back to the center of the ring. Smile on the face of David Diaz. Huge left hand. Diaz walked into that with his hands down.
You can tell, look at these guys. Both of them are exhausted.
Big right hands and another. 2 on sequence. Another huge right hand from Ruggeri. 45 seconds remaining, round 4. Momentum switched back in favor of Spencer Ruggeri after a phenomenal sequence from David Diaz.
I mean, just not enough on these guys. Plus, look at the exhaustion right there. People think these are 2-minute rounds. I can do that. No, you can't. Not if you're throwing them as hard as you can.
Blood pouring from the nose of David Diaz. Cut over the right eye of Ruggeri. Diaz with the right counter right hand. Huge right hand.
I mean,
step in punches from Spencer Ruggeri. Clubbing right. There's the uppercut. Mouthpiece is out from Diaz. Noted by Spinola. Mouthpiece will go in. Final seconds time was not called. Round number 4. This is a really fun fight. Nice show of respect and touch of hands. And we will move to the 5th and final round. 5th and final round. Diaz talking to Ruggeri. Ruggeri coming forward, not circling off the scratch line. Right hand to the sternum from David Diaz.
I mean, even though he's extremely tired, Spencer still seems to be able to move pretty elusively and keep his hands where he wants them to be from time to time.
Switch of stances from southpaw to orthodox, and a switch right back after the 1-2.
I mean, one thing you have to say about Diaz, extremely tough, extremely durable.
Ruggeri now with Diaz's back against the ropes. Big left hand. Punching his way out, and the turn nearly a backhand. That was the complaint from Diaz and Spinola. Backhands are illegal in bare knuckle. That's what Spinola is talking to Ruggeri about.
Oh, is that? I mean, is he taking a point away? Yeah, he did.
1 point deduction. It's the backhand.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's warned him before that or hard warning. I'm not sure exactly what's happened.
So a 1 point deduction.
Man, that could be huge in this fight.
Could make this a 9-9 round or a 10-8 round for David Diaz. That's assuming we have no knockdown. 65 seconds remaining, 5th and final round.
I mean, man,
Good right
Spinning
hand.
around once again. Jeez, he's got to quit doing that. Look at the left eye of Diaz, almost swollen shut already.
Right hand on that cheekbone, just under that badly swollen left eye on the face of David Diaz.
If I'm David Diaz, I'm knowing right now I got to push forward. You just had that point. This is a close fight. He got knocked down in the second round, though.
35 seconds remain in this fight. Almost a Superman punch, but the knee never raised from Ruggeri.
And that left eye is almost swollen shut at this point. But then there's no more rounds.
There's 2 big jump punches we've seen from Ruggeri in this fight. More traditional now from Ruggeri in the pocket. Diaz throwing right back from the pocket.
There's just not a lot left on the punches of Diaz right now.
That is the end of a phenomenal fight.
I mean, whatever animosity these guys had, I think it's gone right now. You can't fight a guy like that and still be mad.
Full respect for both David Diaz and Spencer Ruggeri.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for an amazing debut from these 2 warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Bill Clancy sees the fight 47-47, scoring the bout even. And John Dixon and Keith Hughes both scored the fight 48-45 to the winner by majority decision. David